Sai Ram students, welcome back to your history class. Children, in our previous online session, we had started lesson number 3, Applied History, and in that we had covered 3.1, that is Applied History. Children, what is Applied History? Applied history is also known as public history. Okay, and it is application of history, that is available knowledge. Whatever knowledge is available about history, we can use it in our present times. So we had learnt about applied history. We had just started with applied history and research in various fields. Now let us continue applied history and research in various fields. That is how history can be very helpful in doing the research in various fields like philosophy. Okay, let us see first what is philosophy. Now children, philosophy is basically the beliefs or ideas, your perspective about life. Okay, the best example is about Mahatma Gandhi. Now children, you all know Mahatma Gandhi's principles, right? Truth, non-violence, right? Satyagraha, these are the principles of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, his philosophy of truth and power, these are his political philosophies, that is his perspective, his ideas. Okay, now children, Mahatma Gandhi, he was also inspired from a play, or you can say a drama, which he had seen about Harishchandra. When he was young, he had or when in his childhood, he had seen a drama on Harishchandra, and he was so much influenced. It had a great impact on his life that he decided that he will always speak truth. So, children, this philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, don't we follow in our day to day life? Yes, so that is the application of this subject. So, here, children, his philosophies, that is his principles, that is about speaking truth, okay, not to steal anything. And what about so many other philosophies Mahatma Gandhi is having had. So, children, this all we are using in our day to day life. That is, I told you, applied history is a practical application of the subject. Now, children, let us proceed about philosophy. Now, children, what is philosophy? I told you it is about the idea or the beliefs about your life, about the perspective of life. So, children, history of philosophy helps in understanding the origin of various ideologies. That is, what is the origin, what is the start of the ideologies, whatever thoughts you are having, how did it come? Now, for example, I told you Gandhiji, he followed the principle of truth. But how did it evolve? When he saw that play of Harishchandra, it had a great impact on his life. So it started gradually developing. So that is the origin of ideologies, how these thoughts emerged. Then the intellectual traditions giving rise to those ideologies and their historical development. So over a period of time, it started developing. So his thoughts, okay, about truth, then about satyagraha. So gradually it started developing. So history of philosophy, it helps in understanding the origin of various ideologies, the intellectual traditions giving rise to those ideologies, and their historical development. So children, for that, philosophy needs language as a medium of expression. So whatever your thoughts are, okay, whatever your principles are, so philosophy, it needs language as a medium of expression. In order to understand the philosophical expression, the knowledge of history of language proves useful. So you should know about the history of language, because philosophy needs language as a medium of expression. So for that, knowledge of history of language is very important. In your first chapter, you'll have learned about the language, that is linguistics, right? So it has to be studied, okay? So in order to understand the philosophical expression, knowledge of history of language proves useful. So children, so here history is very important, how it is useful in research in various fields. Like first we had learned about philosophy. So history of philosophy, it helps in understanding the origin of various ideologies, the intellectual traditions giving rise to those ideologies, and their historical development. And philosophy, it needs language as a medium of expression. In order to understand the philosophical expression, knowledge of history of language proves useful. Okay, so understood about philosophy, how history is useful, okay, in doing research in the field of philosophy. Now children, let us learn how method of history can be of value in research in the field of science. Now children, this is everybody's favorite subject. Yes, everyone want to become a scientist, they want to become doctors, they want to pursue their career in medical, engineering. Yes, because it has great economic value. Yes, yes. So science, making a career in science, everyone are very eager to make their career in science. So children, now let us learn how this method of history can be very useful in research in field of science. Now children, history of science helps in understanding the chronological order of scientific discoveries, inventions and theories. So children, if we want to learn about scientific discoveries, then inventions and about the theories, we should learn about them. That is history of science. We have to learn about all the history of this scientific discovery and inventions and the theories. So history of science, it helps in understanding the chronological order of scientific discoveries, inventions and theories. It can also help to understand the cause effect chain that led to discoveries and inventions. So, what was the reason for having such discoveries or inventions? What led to those discoveries and inventions? So, there might be a reason, right? For any invention or discovery, there is a reason. We need something. What is a need? What was the need of such discovery or invention? So here it is also helping us to understand the cause effect chain, that what was the cause, okay, and what was the effect that led to the discoveries and inventions. As it is rightly said that necessity is the mother of invention. There is a need for something and then it leads to invention, right? So it is rightly said that necessity is the mother of invention. So children, in science, scientific discoveries, inventions are often the effects of human efforts to fulfill a need and also curiosity. So, children, if there is a need for something, then we think about inventing something or some discoveries, okay, or inventions. These efforts are based on already available scientific knowledge. Now, for example, if we have a curiosity of studying about the stars, planets, so it will lead to the invention of telescope. Yes, so there's a need for something and then only we try to invent or discover certain things. So scientific discoveries and inventions are the effects of human efforts. Okay, lot of efforts are taken to fulfill that need and also curiosity. We are curious to learn about so many things. Basically we want to explore space, right? So for that, telescope, and now so many advancement, right? So much of advancement in the field of science and technology. These efforts are based on already available scientific knowledge. Knowledge of history helps in understanding the factors that facilitated the scientific discovery, invention, and also its chronology. So, you should have a knowledge of history of science, that how, what were the factors, what led to such discovery of in or invention, and also the chronology of events. Okay, so here history, knowledge of history of science. So if you want to know about the discoveries and inventions, it is very necessary that you have the knowledge of history of science. Okay, what factors led to the invention or discovery of particular thing, and also its chronology. Okay, now let us move towards technology. Yes, you all are tech savvy, right? Everyone is tech savvy in this world, right? So lot of advancement in technology. Yes. All right, now let's learn what are the technological changes that had taken place over a period of time. So let us learn about history of technology. Yes. Now children, the history of technology helps in understanding the changes and their causes in the field of agricultural production, commodity production, architecture, engineering, etc. So, children, if you learn about the history of technology, it will help you in understanding the changes. Okay, what changes have taken place? What were the causes for that changes to be taken place in the field of agricultural production? Now, for example, previously might cause quite possible now, children, you all know bullock carts and all these things were used, right? But now over a period of time we had tractors, and about the seeds also we have high yielding variety seeds. So many changes, right, over a period of time. So if you learn about the history of technology, it will help you to understand what changes have taken place in the field of agricultural production, commodity production. Now children, commodity production, for example, if I want mass production, right, then machines come into picture, right? First it was handmade, now machine made, because we want mass production. Nowadays children, population is exploding, right? So mass production is required. So commodity production, lot of changes. Architecture, many changes in the field of architecture too, and engineering. So in technology, lots of changes are visible. Now, scientific discoveries, inventions, and technological advancement are mutually dependent on each other. Children, we always say science and technology together, right? So they both are depending on each other. They are mutually dependent on each other. Now, children, technology, let us learn something more. Yes. Knowledge of science and technology was very important at every step, okay, from the making of stone tools to agricultural production in the evolution of mankind. Children, you have learned about the evolution of man, right? So many stages. So this Stone Age man, okay, they had made tools, correct, for hunting, for gathering the fruits or foods, right? So these Stone Age man, lot of developments had taken place. Means lot of, there was a transition, right? And so many tools they had made, right? Hand axe, then the spear. So all were used for hunting. Okay, so that for that purposes. So then lot of changes had taken place. That is from making of stone tools to agricultural production. Now in the agricultural production, as I told you, tractors and all these are used, right? So these are the changes which had taken place over a period of time. So from making of stone tools to agricultural production in the evolution of mankind. So such changes had taken place in the field of technology. Now later, advancement of science promoted mechanization of production. Children, as I told you, mechanization of production means our as I told you that population is expanding, right? So we have to use machines, right? Machines are used for mass production. It is not possible to make everything handmade, right? Handmade products are there, no doubt about that, but then we want mass production. So in mass production, machines have, okay, evolved. So children, machines, all this advancement of science, it had promoted the mechanization of production, that is machines have come into picture. So it is necessary to know the history of technology in order to understand the development of mechanization and the mutual dependence between science and technology. So science and technology, they both are depending on each other. So it is very important, it is very necessary to know the history of technology, means what changes have taken place in various fields, right? So may it be agriculture, it be commodity, or architecture, engineering, lots of changes, right? So it is necessary to know history of technology in order to understand the development of mechanization and mutual dependence, that is both are depending on each other. It goes together always, science and technology, correct? Now children, how technology changes over years, you all are much aware, right? For example, if I tell you about mobile phones, day by day there's upgradation, right? New changes every time, and everybody wants to use that. Because why we are doing changes? Because we want, because of the need is arising, and it leads to discovery of or invention of new techniques in mobiles, right? So children, just have a look about the mail. Before, they use snail mail to communicate with others, then afterwards email, right? Then we had in computers, if we see, it's very it was huge, right? Computers boxy, it was first made in 1946. Then all after that, computers are made around 2000s, and they are more high tech, right? Nowadays, so you're having so many advancements, so much of advancement in the field of technology. And in future, many more changes are expected, right, in the field of technology. So it is always, it will be going on, but then it is based on the available knowledge. Something new, if you want to invent, you should have a knowledge of history of past, okay? So it will be helpful when you do something in future. And children, basically history we study so that whatever mistakes we have done in past, we should not do in our future or in our present times. So history is studied so that we don't repeat it. Repeat it means mistakes which were committed, we should not repeat that. So whatever solutions are available, we can use in our present times and also in future. Yes, my dear students. So children, I hope you have understood today that how history, how the method of history is helpful in various in research in various fields. So we had learnt about philosophy, science and technology. Children, in the next class we'll be learning about all some more we can say the research fields, okay, where history is very very useful. So children, I hope you have understood. Thank you, my dear students. Meet you in the next class. Till then, take care.